Okay, guys, let's see how we go. We're going to now do half equations in an acid as we should do, or if it's not mentioned. Now, this is what 9 times out of 10 you're going to see. Whenever you see half equations, I want you to think that you've got to write Peter Blackshaw wears heels every Saturday. These steps will get you through every single time. So if you see the word acid or nothing is mentioned, you're following this. If it says alkaline, you've got to do something a little bit extra. So we're going to do that today. I'm just going to do the first one. So if we have a look at this, the pair has been given to us, so that's all good. The next thing, we've got to balance the pair. Now, when you balance a pair, you have to just ignore the fact that you've got O's involved or H's involved. All you care about the things that aren't O's and aren't H's. So in this case, it's chromiums. I've got 2 on this side, only 1 on this side, so I'm going to put a big 2 there. I've now balanced the pairs. The next bit I'm going to do is water. Water fixes out our oxygen problem. The problem is I've got 7 on the left, so I'm going to need 7 on the right. So 7 H2Os. I've now fixed up my water problem. Next bit I've got to do is I've got to fix up my hydrogen problem. And the hydrogen problem is that I've now, because of that last water move, I've now got 14 H's on the right. I'm going to need to put 14 H's. And when I say H's, I mean H pluses on the left. Okay, final bit, always a little bit tricky, always worth taking that extra time to work out. So when you're working out what the electrons do, try and think about what your total charge is on the left and on the right. So from the first bit, I've got a -2, and from the second bit, I've got a +14. So overall, I've got a +12 on this side, whereas on this side, I've got a +6. So if my electrons are little minuses, I'm going to have to add 6 minuses to this side. So let's go 6 minuses to this side. Final step. The final step there is going to be that we need to just double check. We need to put the states in. Now, nothing is mentioned about the states. And if they don't ever tell you anything about the states, then don't do anything about the states. Hopefully that's what makes sense as it is. Now we're going to take things a little bit further, because we could get the exact same question, but this time you might notice it's in an alkaline condition. What I need you to do this time is think just the exact same stuff. We need to still remember Peter Blackshaw wears heels every Saturday. We're following these steps, but because it says alkaline, we've got to add on an O at the end. Follow the same steps through. We're going to balance it. So we're going to get 2 of these. We're going to add water. We had to add 7 of these. We're going to have to fix up the H's. That's going to be 14 of these. We're going to have to fix up the electrons, and that was 6 of these. We've got to the exact same point we were before. The only difference now is we've got to add on this bit. To add on this bit, if it's in alkaline, these can't exist. You cannot have H pluses floating around, or it wouldn't be alkaline, it would actually be an acid. So what we're going to do is we're going to add on OH minuses, and we're going to add those minuses on to cancel out any H pluses. So if I've got 14 H pluses, I'm going to cancel them out with 14 OH minuses. Now if I put 14 OHs on one side, I've got to put them on the other side as well. OH minuses, 14 of them. So I've just added the same amount of OH minuses onto each side. What hopefully you'll see now is that H pluses and OH minuses make something that you've hopefully heard of. That's going to make you 14 waters. So I can cancel those things out, and I'm left with this. The final step is, because we had to use water earlier on, you often have to think about cancelling these 2 things out. If I've got water on the left and I've got water on the right, let's cancel them out. So in this case, I've got 14 on the left, 7 on the right. So that's going to cancel out to be none there. And I'm going to end up with 7 waters here, which means, just to write it out all nice and new, the half equation for the alkaline one would be 6 electrons plus Cr2O7, 2 minus, plus 7 H2Os, and that's going to turn into 2 Cr3 pluses and 14 OH minuses. Once again, the states we didn't do because nothing in the question told us to, and it's always better to not do it if you don't know. The ones that I do know for sure every time are the water is always going to be a liquid. H pluses and OH minuses um, are probably going to be aqueous, but if they don't tell you, don't do it. Hope that helps. See if you can have a crack at the others on this worksheet. See you later.